Hello everyone, it's me, Bathog, of Teenage Mutant Ninja Gamers, and today we are just going to be talking about the Roseanne controversy that has been going on for the last few days. First thing, I do not exactly condemn or do not exactly like what Roseanne has been talking about. I gotta sit down. Yeah, I don't condone it in any way. But really, I'm tired of having to say stuff like that. You know, I just feel after this that freedom of speech has completely been thrown out the window nowadays. And this is just the downfall of our whole economy. Just our whole life. Because this Roseanne stuff, it's completely gone out of hand. So you know what? I do condone the actions that she's had. She has a right to fight back. She has a right to say those things, actually, too. Because even the way with racism, you know, it seems like, you know, the guy who played as her son on the show he's talking bad about someone that was white, but then when Donald Trump was talking, or when Roseanne was talking about a black person, I've noticed that, they immediately went after her, but with him, they didn't care. You know, I think they're scared to speak out about it, honestly, and they just have to say, "Oh, it's bad, it's bad." But the thing is, though, what people don't notice is that this is Disney that we're talking about here. Disney, the company that has been known to be one of the worst companies ever to work for, or to even talk about in general. Because most likely, this video might get even taken down just because I just said Disney. Disney. Disney! So, I do condone what you did. Everyone should. Because the First Amendment, freedom of speech. Because guess what? You can die from that? That is just terrible what they're doing to this woman. You know, people had matters on Barack Obama and stuff like that. They were a lot worse than that, by the way. But who cares? That's an opinion. You know, opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got one. Unless you're anusless. And who in the world is anusless here? And how would you have much of an opinion anyway? You wouldn't be able to see the screen. But that show on there, they took that off for no reason. Even President Trump thinks the same thing. People think the same thing about President Trump. It's absolutely outrageous. You know what the minority is? People used to mostly say black people are the minority. It's the white people these days. They're tired of saying anything. They can't. But because if they say anything, they're going to get knocked down a peg. They are going to get sued or something. It is just seriously the most stupidest thing I've ever heard of. And, you know, I think the show should go on with Roseanne. She says she's not going to stop. And goodness gracious, you should know that woman. Because you've watched her for years, you should know that she's going to fight back. That's who she is. I would too. I seriously would. Because that woman has been fighting her whole life for civil liberties. Which, who in the world cares about civil liberties? To be honest, you know, you can call a white man a cracker these days. Nobody cares. But you call a black man N-word. Oh, goodness gracious, that's stepping it over the line. That's because they're afraid. You have the news has struck fear into the whites. I know this is something I usually do not talk about. I just felt so outraged by how they've been treating this, 60-year-old woman who's been doing the same thing for about her whole life. And it's just now turning into, oh, somebody cares. One person cares. Because even the black people, they don't care anymore. They don't care. I just hope ABC, Disney, I hope the mouse gets something shoved up his butt, honestly. Because the sooner that happens, the sooner that mouse company dies. I'm calling the mouse I'm calling Disney the mouse, because that's what it's been called for years because of just, how, the Jew-hating companies always, been done with that. But I'm tired and of all this stuff. It needs to stop. The show needs to be back on the air pronto. And there's a reason I don't watch much stuff on ABC. The old Sonic comics was on ABC. They took that off. And now the one reason I was watching the network at all is off. They took it off of Hulu one day after they took that off. They treat the actors like they're the racist. She's not even racist. That was a joke. That's a freaking joke. Because you have to watch what you say these days. This stuff is just crazy. And I just hope that the people at ABC and Disney and all that, I hope they get their marbles screwed back on. I know it's usually nuts and bolts, but I don't know how they're wired and everything. I don't know how this government, how the internet, how this human planet works anymore. It used to be so simple. Before technology and all that stuff, it was so simple, there'd be little reasons for people to try to kill each other or blackmail people. Now that we have these phones and everything, just a technology in general, we have reasons to fear people. We have reasons to fear black people, Asians. They're bad drivers. Who in the world cares? Everyone is the same on the inside. I just wish that people would have an inch of brain to work with. People don't think anymore. People don't think. I mean, even they had the ABC directors on there, and they was asking about how they thought and everything. They were talking her down just as much as she was doing to them, if not worse. The freedom of speech has just been thrown all out the window. There's a reason people are racist these days. There's a reason why white people are racist against black people. There's a big reason. And guess what? Slavery happened years ago. No one can help it. No one in this generation. The last person in the 1800s just died a few days ago. No, a few months ago. And now they're doing this. Who in the world cares about slavery these days, and who's going to fight? It's going to end up we're going to be the slaves. The white people are going to be the slaves. Because I can see that the black people will do the same thing that happened years ago in the 1800s. Somebody needs to stop this, and stop this now. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Over a few pushes of a button, and even the company that makes her mess and everything, going out on her and stuff like that. One thing, that's also a way to lose a customer. And two, where is it your place? People saying, where in the world is it Trump's place to say stuff like this? As a former actor, and also as a president of the United freaking States, he has a place in it. Who cares what acts he did years ago? Who cares what he even done a year ago? The past is the past. Let the past go and shove it. Boom. I didn't expect to get this fired up about this. I really didn't. Then I just kept thinking about it more and more. And it just is so stupid. This is something that affects me as a YouTuber, as a voice actor, as really anything. Because that just shows me that I can get taken down for anything. Literally anything. It is bad when children have to live in fear. I'm technically still a child, and I have to live in fear every night just thinking, who in the world's going to come through that door and shoot me? Children shouldn't have to live like that. Children shouldn't have to be having to watch the news all the time just to know what's going to kill them next. What's going to kill anyone. What's going to take the next part of their family. With all these different stupid things. Now you might see me as the guy who's wearing the Sanic shirt and just yawning on. You might think that I know nothing. I don't know an inch of anything. But guess what? I know more than half these people in their 50s, in their 30s. No. Cause, I must have been just raised smarter, because it's just the stupidest thing that I've ever heard. Who why do you want to look at people at their race and make that so big? One difference. They may look exactly like you, but with one minor difference. And that makes you totally different. Personalities, same. Everything. Just because maybe you're black, maybe you're Asian, or because you believe in different things. I don't think the internet is war enough than it should be. Why don't you just, to quote Francis, get to a field and kill each other? Because that'd make everyone a lot happier. Everyone is just looking for the next person to stick something up their butt. So next time ABC, if you ever see this video, put Roseanne back on the air. Give that woman her job back. Give back the 88 people that got fired or let go or whatever, and let them not be seen as racial scum. The same thing has happened on YouTube multiple times in the last few months. I've been viewed as a racist person because for half the time, when I'm going out playing Pokemon Go and a black person comes up behind me, I'm scared of my life. You know, people that you think is like godly people, they can still be seen as criminals in the eyes of others. Okay, if we're going to go ahead and, you know, just take out the First Amendment, why don't we take out the 21st, the 2nd? Why don't we just take guns out of people's hands? The right to bear arms. Why don't we take away women's right to vote? Because that's what you're doing. That is what people are doing in this country. And you wonder why people move out of this country. Everyone would move here in flocks if everything was not so wrong. You know, people just saying like about Donald Trump. Well, everybody can't use immigration. This country was made of immigrants and is made to immigrate from. Guess what? Yes, it was. Use that same knowledge and use it on yourself. Then use that knowledge and throw it out the window. Because it's going to be useless. Because you're going to keep believing what you believe. I'm going to keep believing what I believe. And that's it. Nobody can change that. I've gone on here for 18 minutes just talking about all this stuff that is just stupid. You know? This is why people go to Japan. To get away from all of their, you know, troubles in the U.S. Make America great again, you bums. Unsubscribe. Oh, and I hope y'all enjoyed this episode of Spin Talk. Episode 1. This is a great way to start out. This is going to hopefully not be exactly how everything is, you know, but it'll show you kind of how this show is going to run. So thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Go to my channel, Battle Games and Comics. Go to the Quake JKSMR channel. Because we're going to be posting videos on here a lot. I'm just glad I got to put out this video and show some of my thoughts. And thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.